A cotton linen shirt dress, $28. You put it on, walk into a restaurant for Saturday lunch, and your friend across the table touches the fabric on your sleeve and says, "I love this. Where is it from?" Now here is the uncomfortable part. That same shirt dress, in the same cotton linen blend, at the same fabric weight, with the same button front collar and the same relaxed drape, sells at Eileen Fisher for $198. At Anthropologie, $88 for a version that is not even pure linen. The construction is comparable. The silhouette is nearly identical. The only real difference is the label sewn into the back of the neck and the story the brand tells you about itself. And that is the pattern you are going to see 5 times in this video. 5 cheap summer brands, all under $50, that look like they belong on racks charging 3, 4, sometimes 8 times more. And that $28 shirt dress is just the first one. Number 1. Karin. You have probably scrolled past them on Amazon because the product photos look like every other dress listing on the platform. That is part of why this brand stays cheap. They spend almost nothing on marketing, just fabric and a sewing machine. The shirt dress comes in about a dozen colors, runs from $28 to $35 depending on the shade, and the reason it photographs like an Eileen Fisher piece is the fabric weight, heavy enough to drape without clinging, a collar with enough structure to hold its shape across a long afternoon. The olive green and the navy look the most expensive on camera, if that matters to you. They also make a cotton linen A-line midi with pockets for around $30 and a relaxed button-down blouse for $22. All 3 pieces are in the same fabric family. All 3 look like they belong in a completely different price bracket. The manufacturing cost on a cotton linen dress at this weight runs between $6 and $9. Karin sells it for $28. Eileen Fisher sells essentially the same dress for $198. One brand is multiplying the production cost by 4. The other is multiplying it by 22. The fabric came from the same kind of mill. The honest problem: sizing is inconsistent. One dress runs large, another runs small in the bust. Read the reviews on the exact color you want. Order 2 sizes and return the one that misses. 5 minutes of effort is the tax you pay for saving $170. But once the fit is right, this dress walks into a garden party and nobody asks questions. Linen does not have an accent that gives away its price range. I expected the linen dress to be the strongest find on this list. It was not. That title goes to a completely different kind of dress, for a completely different kind of evening. Number 2. BTFBM. They make satin-look midi dresses and wrap dresses on Amazon in the $32 to $42 range. Now, satin-look at this price usually means cheap polyester that vacuum seals to your hips and shows every line. What this brand does differently is the denier. 95% polyester, 5% spandex, but at a heavier weight than most brands use at this price. That extra weight is why the fabric falls instead of clings. It moves when you move. It does not advertise every detail of what is underneath it. The wrap midi in particular is the dress you reach for when dinner has candles on the table. The dusty rose and the deep emerald get the most compliments in the reviews. In candlelight, this dress photographs like Reformation, and Reformation charges $248 for a silk wrap in the same silhouette. A dress like this costs between $5 and $8 to produce. You are paying $35. Reformation is charging $248. Both get you a compliment at the same dinner. Only one of them requires a conversation with your budget first. Stay away from their blazers and tailored pants. The structured pieces do not hold up. The dresses are the sweet spot. Their boho maxi dresses run $28 to $35, and their sleeveless satin tanks sit around $25. All worth a look. But the wrap midi is the one that punches hardest above its weight. Picture 2 women at the same event. One spent $35 on her dress. The other spent $248. One of them will think about her credit card tomorrow. The other one already forgot what she paid. Before we move on, here is a test that works on every brand in every store this summer. Pick up the garment, hold it up to the light. If you can see your hand through the fabric, put it back. It does not matter what the label says. If light passes through it that easily, the fabric will cling in humidity, show everything underneath in sunlight, and look cheaper on your body than it did on the hanger. That one test eliminates most bad summer clothing before you even check the price. Now, an outfit is not a dress alone. It is what you build around it. And the single item that separates a finished look from one that is still figuring itself out is a proper pair of summer pants. Number 3. Amazon Essentials. They make a linen wide-leg pant for $23 that has no business looking this good. A pull-on with a flat front, an elastic waist hidden in the back, and a linen cotton rayon blend that gives you the linen drape without pure linen's full-time wrinkle habit. Anthropologie sells a nearly identical pant. Same wide leg, same blend, same earth tone palette, $88. For a garment that costs roughly $4 to $7 to produce, Anthropologie is charging 15 times that. Amazon is charging $4. The difference is the font on the website and the candle they burn in the fitting room. Pair these pants with the Karin shirt dress from earlier. Total outfit cost, $51. The designer equivalent, $286. Same fabrics, same silhouettes, and the difference is invisible once you leave the house. The one drawback? These pants wrinkle faster than their Anthropologie counterpart. Hang them in the bathroom while you shower, and 2 minutes of steam solves it. 2 more from Amazon Essentials worth knowing. A linen crewneck tee for $12 and a pair of pull-on linen shorts for $18. Both under $20. Both in the same neutral palette. Stack any 2 of these 3 pieces and you have a full summer outfit for under $41. You just saw 3 brands match the quality of designers charging 5, 10, 15 times more. My brand quality guide covers 85 brands with the same kind of breakdown, plus a 60-second fabric check you can do in any store. The link is right below in the description or scan the QR code on screen. But we are not done. The next brand costs $15 for a skirt that competes with Lululemon, and the one after that uses a type of cotton that feels different the second it touches your skin. Number 4. 32 Degrees. You have walked past this brand at Costco and Target without a second glance. It sits on the same table as the sports bras and the moisture-wicking socks. If you have seen our Costco clothing videos, you already know that store quietly carries some of the best fabric-to-price ratios in American retail. 32 Degrees is one of the reasons why. Nothing about the packaging says fashion, and the prices feel like a misprint. $8 for a cooling crewneck, $15 for a skirt, $22 for a summer dress. 32 Degrees uses a cooling mesh technology in the same category as what Lululemon puts in their summer basics. That sentence feels like it should be wrong. It is not. Their $15 skirt has a built-in compression short, a flat waistband, and an A-line silhouette that reads as a casual skirt from across a room. Lululemon charges $108 for a comparable skirt using comparable technology. That is 27 times the production cost for a garment doing the same job on the same body on the same July afternoon. 32 Degrees charges about 4 times. The honest trade-off, the cooling fabric is entirely synthetic. It breathes through engineering, not through natural fiber. If you only wear cotton or linen against your skin, this one is not for you. But on a 90-degree day, the woman in the $15 skirt and the woman in the $108 version are equally comfortable. Only one of them spent less than a sandwich. Here is the outfit nobody will believe costs $38. The 32 Degrees cooling skirt in stone, $15. An Amazon Essentials linen blend top in oatmeal, $12. Flat sandals you already own. That covers a farmer's market in the morning, a museum after lunch, and a patio dinner that evening. The Lululemon and Anthropologie version of that same outfit, $176. One of the truest things about clothes is that the moment you stop thinking about what you are wearing, you look better in it. 32 Degrees makes clothes you forget you put on. And forgetting what you have on is the most expensive look there is. Number 5. Pact. This is the one that surprised me most. Not because of the price, because of how it felt. You know the feeling when you put on something and immediately think, this is different. The fabric sits differently. It drapes differently. That is what happens the first time you put on Pact. Pact is built entirely around organic cotton, grown without pesticides, processed without harsh chemicals, certified from field to factory. Why that matters for how it looks. Organic cotton that has not been chemically stripped produces a softer, denser hand feel than conventional cotton at the same weight. It drapes closer to silk jersey than to the stiff cotton tee you are used to. Their wrap dress runs $42, the kind of dress that gets softer with every wash instead of pilling and fading. Madewell makes a similar organic cotton dress for $128. Eileen Fisher charges $168. The production cost on all three is in the same neighborhood, $10 to $14. The only thing that changes is how many times each brand multiplies that number before they print the price tag. The real find from Pact is their wide-leg organic cotton jumpsuit at $48. A jumpsuit is the closest thing in fashion to a cheat code. One piece, one decision, and you look like you coordinated the entire thing on purpose. The Madewell version, $138. The honest limitation? Pact's color range is narrow. Black, white, olive, navy. Do not expect bright prints. They make basics that last, not trend pieces that expire in September. If that sounds boring, it is. Beautifully, quietly, expensively boring. There is a particular kind of woman who discovers Pact and immediately tells 3 friends. She is usually over 50, usually finished with polyester, and usually done paying $100 for basics that fall apart in a year. If that sounds like you already know. Now, 2 cheap brands to skip this summer. Both are tempting. Both will make you look every cent of what you paid. Shine, this will not be a surprise. Shine dresses cost $5 to $20 and they look like $5 to $20. The website photos use professional lighting to make polyester look like it has structure. In person, under actual sunlight, the fabric shines, clings, and telegraphs every seam. The production cost runs between $1.50 and $3. The markup ratio is actually similar to better brands, but 4 times a $2 garment gives you $8 worth of product. 4 times a $10 garment gives you $40. The math is the same. The starting number is what kills you. Every Shine haul on the internet ends the same way. She tries 12 things, likes 2, returns the rest, and never wears either of them past September. That is not a wardrobe. That is a recycling problem dressed up as a shopping spree. Old Navy. This one stings because Old Navy used to be the answer. 10 years ago, their linen pants, their cotton tees, their summer dresses. That was the proof that cheap could still feel solid. The fabric had weight, the seams held, the dye lasted. That Old Navy is gone. Check the labels on their current summer collection. What used to be cotton is now cotton polyester. What used to be linen is linen rayon with polyester mixed in. At a fabric weight so thin you can see your hand through a white top. Hold it up to the light, the test we talked about earlier, and most of it fails. And the prices have not dropped to match. A summer dress at Old Navy still costs $25 to $35, the same range as Amazon Essentials and 32 Degrees, which deliver better fabric for the same money. If you loved Old Navy 10 years ago, those brands are where that quality lives now. Same price range, better material. The only thing missing is the yellow sign. Here is the full picture. A Grace Karin shirt dress, $30. A satin midi, $35. Amazon Essentials wide leg pants, $23. A 32 Degrees cooling skirt, $15. And a Pact organic wrap dress, $42. 5 pieces, 5 brands, $145. The Eileen Fisher, Reformation, Anthropologie, Lululemon, and Madewell versions of those same 5 items, $770. Same fabric categories, nearly identical silhouettes, $625 in difference, and not 1 cent of it visible to anyone across the table from you. If you already own something from any of these brands, let us know in the comments. Which brand, which piece, and what you paid. We read every single one. And subscribe so you don't miss the next one.